Hello, my lovely soul, and welcome to Unstoppable Confidence. I am your host, Lauren Glick. I am here to bring you my energy, my motivational speaking, and me being a confidence mentor. My mission is to inspire women to own who they are, step into their higher selves fearlessly, and live a life with unstoppable joy. On this show, we are going to cover everything from aligning your life to your higher self, setting boundaries, self-growth, and living a purpose-driven life. Let's get you living a meaningful life you cannot wait to wake up to. Stop driving and start living with ease and abundance. Cheers to living a magical life. And I am so grateful to be on this journey with you. Now, let's head into today's episode. Hello, my lovelies. Yeah, totally sitting in my closet today, and that's totally fine. This is where I could be extremely loud, and it's like my think space. I don't know about you, but when I get really distracted by the outside world, I sit by my really long desk, outlooking my beautiful backyard, watching the horses go by, my two golden retrievers. I get very distracted. So when I come in here, it's my think space. I could really dive in deep and start to do a lot of thinking, which I think is really important to have a space. I might want to like clean it up a little bit, jazz up the space so it doesn't look like I'm looking at a closet. But anyways, so if you're just listening in, tuning in on Spotify or iTunes, you can't see me. But if you go to YouTube, I am also starting to post the video content over on YouTube, and you could find my YouTube channel under Lauren Glick. Is that the Lauren Glick, or is that just Lauren Glick? I'll let you guys know by the end of the episode, so I will just keep talking. Today we're talking about sales and why I feel like it is important for us to have confidence in our sales, because if we don't have confidence, we are not flipping going to sell. And that is the truth. Yes, my YouTube channel is definitely just Lauren Glick. If not, the Lauren Glick. I think there's a weird ending to it. I'm going to stop talking about this and just start talking about sales and why it's important to have confidence. So in Clubhouse, I definitely had 2 rooms this past week on confidence in sales, because it is essential within being an entrepreneur to be able to sell. And when I started entrepreneurship, I didn't know that selling was even a thing. That sounds weird, but honestly, I didn't know that, oh, I have all this information, I have all this knowledge. Like, that's what I thought you would do. Put this course together, spend a really long time putting a course together. And I didn't even think about the selling part. Like, hello, Lauren. That doesn't even make any sense that you didn't think about selling. I mean, hello, Lauren. That's silly, but it's the honest truth. That's what I thought. Like, oh, and I hired a sales coach, and she just dumbed it all down for me of, Lauren, it has nothing to do with you talking about your offers. It has everything to do with what you have to offer for your clients. And that's the truth, is that I have a lot of knowledge and confidence and within Clubhouse. And if you're a new entrepreneur that's not talking about things, if not talking about your offers, it probably has to do with a lot of limiting beliefs and the confidence within yourself. And guess what? It comes down to the word clarity. In one of my Clubhouse rooms, we'll call this woman Sally. And we were in a sales room in the Powerhouse Women panel, which is held Wednesday afternoons at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Wednesdays. And the title was Confidence in Selling. And she came up to the stage saying, I am having the most challenging time selling. Like, I just can't. And I'm like, okay, number one question. Do you have clarity in your offers? And she was like, what do you mean clarity? I was like, what are your packages so that your clients could actually buy? Like, do you have a course? Oh, it turned out she had tangible like products, juice products. And I'm like, okay, well, how would you sell me on those juice products? Um, and I totally put her on the spot, but that all goes down to confidence, right? And what I was like thinking about over here is when you're selling, but I didn't expect her to start talking about the offers and the juice packages and whatnot. I thought she was just going to start talking about, getting to know me, how my health was, because she makes green juices. So if you're selling something like green juices, it's like, let's get to know the pain points of somebody else. Like, okay, well, where are you from? Like, what do you do? What's your eating habits like? How much vegetables do you get in a day? Like, do you like sweets? Because if you like sweets, you like hello carrot juice is like that's really good, or like fruit juices rather than like veggie juices, or add more fruits to them. So you get to know what their pain points are. And then you ask them, well, how is your health? Like, is your health doing good with having like a little less than a nutrient dense diet? And that's kind of the bridge of, oh, well, how's your health doing? After I know your pain points of like not eating healthy, not feeling that great. Oh, okay, well, if your health is not doing so good, what are you doing about that? And is that something that you want to work on? And if it's not something they want to work on, well, okay, that's not your ideal client. And if they do want to work on it, ask them, have you ever thought about juicing? Because I know for a fact that it's helped me increase my energy and lose weight. And that transformation of what has happened to you and how you were able to transform your life through juicing. People buy the transformation and the outcome. If you just go up to somebody and be like, "Oh my god, do you want some juices? They're 14.99 for a pack of 6." They'll be like, maybe, but if you sell somebody on the emotions of their pain points, you're helping that person get from their pain points, you have the answer for them because you've done that transformation. And when you actually have that transformation, that's where the power comes from. So that's exactly what I have learned is that just getting to know people. And when you get to know people, that's where the power of selling comes from. And that's where like that, and also the confidence does come from as well, is that when you're able to see the results in your clients, that's where confidence comes from in selling as well. I was talking to one of my friends who's an entrepreneur as well, and she was telling her story as when she first started coaching, her first client she sold for $1. She was like, "Let's get on a coaching call for $1." And then her next client was $30 because she started gaining the confidence. So that energy exchange was really low within that price point, but then she started increasing it so that when she got a little bit more confident, she was like, "I definitely deserve more money for my knowledge." So, starting off small and knowing that if you're a new entrepreneur, we get to start off small. And that's completely rad that we get to start off small and we get to start growing our confidence. Being an entrepreneur, it's all about learning about yourself, what your pain points are, what your weaknesses are, and getting coaches to help you in that spot as well. In a couple more episodes, I will have my sales coach on, and I'm super stoked about having her on and having her drop some knowledge on sales because she was I think in corporate sales. I know she was in sales 20 years before she was an online sales coach. And I truly do value people that have life experience off of social media in their specific niche, right? Like I get my confidence coaching from within working in a city that was extremely male dominant, was very toxic, and our stats are my city was in the top 5 rated of the United States of homicides per capita in the United States. So, to say the least, I had to learn to change my emotions a little bit and also understand that I had to be very direct, and directness sells because when you're very direct with people, um and that's after the journey of asking the questions. Like when they're like, "Oh, well, how do I work with you?" That is your time to shine, and you shine with clarity and confidence and knowing what you have to offer. Because if you start rambling and going on a journey, That's not necessarily going to get you many places, but so 100% be confident, be clear, and make that connection. Those are the 3 C's that I love to talk about within sales. I'll say those again. Clarity, communication, and connection. Oh, there's 4, confidence. Hello, Lauren. And if you didn't write those down, you must, because clarity, communication, connection, confidence, all those things, if you nail those, you will start selling and have that confidence. If you get a no, okay, well, maybe it's a no for now, but you still encourage the relationship, still engage, and you, my love, will go big places. So shocking, I was in another clubhouse room today in the Confidence Club. That is on Thursdays at 11:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Same topic, different group of people. So powerhouse women are really high end entrepreneurs that are super rad. Um, and I mean, everyone's open for sure. And Clubhouse, Confidence Club on Thursdays at 11:30 is a very nurturing group to gain your confidence, and it's from men and women. And today I had a beautiful soul enter my room. Well, 2 of them. I'll tell you the 3 things that they were like, these are the tips that you need to know. So Kara was like, when you are on Clubhouse, this is a big one for Clubhouse, my Clubhouse ladies, or you're on a sales call, or you just want somebody to really take you seriously. These are the 3 things highly, highly, highly recommend for you to really nail down. And I wrote them down. Is number 1, be bright. Be that energy, right? As in be bright. That's number 1. What does that mean? Be bright. It's like have your confidence on. Have your energy ready for whatever you're teaching, because that shows that you're passionate and that you love it and that you're here to give them your full attention. So that's number 1, is be bright within your sales call, within your within pitching yourself. So let's just say these 3 are around pitching yourself, right? Be bright. That second one is be brief. If you're rambling, your message is going to be very convoluted. If you're walking around in circles, your message is going to be convoluted. People are going to be like, "Okay, land the airplane," right? And especially in Clubhouse, people will kind of cut you off and be like, "Okay, let me help you land the plane." There's really no nice way to say it, but after 30 seconds, people just zone out. Unfortunately, it's true. And the last one is be gone, right? When you're on a sales call, or you're let's put this one to a sales call, be gone. Um when they're like, when your potential client says, "Okay, how do I work with you?" So I'm going to give you what I would say is, awesome. I have Clubhouse to Cash that is starting January 8th. This is actually true. And the amount of investment is 1770. Yeah, that quietness was for a point, right? Is that when you say the price, the investment, you don't talk anymore. You let them digest that and then they start to talk. The first person that starts talking usually loses, right? And if you make a sale, no, that's a win-win. That person is winning because they're gonna get um your knowledge and what your offer is. And also you win because you got a client and you're only helping more people. I have a lot of testimonials, and it makes me feel so good to know that I'm doing good things, because when I get testimonials, I'm like, oh, I am doing good things. So be bright, be brief, and be gone, because girl, you get to do those things. Be confident in your offer, be confident in your pitch, and go get them, girl. Um, the 3 from, so those were from Kara, and there are 3 from Dale, and I think I might go on a part 2. No, should I tell you guys right now? Okay, I'll tell you. to have the confidence in your sales. I know this episode is full of flipping value right now, so hopefully you were writing all this down. But Dale made such a good point in Clubhouse today of how to speak confidently. He's been in sales and coaching, like on radio shows, all the great things. So he talks very confidently. The 3 things that he had for us today was talk low, talk slow, and don't talk much. They're kind of the same as Kara's, but completely different. Talk low and talk slow is that when you're talking in a high-pitched voice and super fast, that might be very challenging for people to understand. And when you talk low, I kind of talk a little bit fast sometimes, but when it comes to pitching and offers, I do go into like this voice as I just did right now. Um, and I talk a little bit slower. And don't talk much, because if you're on a sales call with somebody, you want them to talk a lot. So I think those 2 sets of 3 points are extremely important. They're all about raising your confidence, raising your value. When we talk in circles, it does nothing for us because it really zones out everyone else. And that's why I like to have my single episodes on my podcast, Unstoppable Confidence, to be a little bit shorter, because I know an hour podcast could get really lengthy, right? And I know for me especially, I'm like, okay, what's the point? Get to it. And that's what I love doing here. So hopefully today those points really, really got you some. And if you're not over on my Instagram, I would absolutely love for you to take a screenshot of this episode and put it on your stories and tag me with some value that you got today. That would be really helpful. And you know that I always love to hear from you, because it just makes me feel like I'm doing good things in the world, and we all need a little bit of confidence boost sometimes. So that would really truly mean a lot to me. Yes, you heard it right as well. Clubhouse to Cash is in pre-launch right now. It starts January the 8th. So if you're interested in a 6-week course to help you gain your confidence and clarity in Clubhouse, to help you network and get it all fine-tuned so that you're actually using it and it's not using you, that course is for you. And it is a total investment of $17.70. Highly worth it, I must say. If you want some testimonials as well, you can find those on my Instagram page at the Lauren Glick. And on that, lovelies, I love you. I love you. I love you. And guess what? I will see you on the next episode. I hope you are so excited about where you're going, because I know I'm excited for you. Thank you so much for listening in today. If you loved this episode, it would mean the world to me if you shared it with a girlfriend or posted it on social media. Tag me so I could personally say thank you. I am so grateful. And until next time,